What is up, guys? Darden Dove with your Foxhole Fragrance. Next to me, again, my good friend Junaid Hamid from Russian Unboxing. So today we're going to provide you top 3 fragrances for life. Junaid, you ready to do this, man?
I'm ready to go, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Fantastic. So let's go and get started. Okay, on my number 3 recommendation for fragrances for life, I have picked a very fresh, spicy, musky fragrance, PARFUMS de Manle Percival. So you've probably seen this one before, a gorgeous bottle. Now I've mentioned Leighton a few times where it's a little more amber, warm spiciness. This one is fresh, citrus, musky, powdery, spicy. That could be, I'd say, a almost year-round fragrance. You're not going to smell fragrances like this so much in the colder weather. However, I have worn this before in colder weather environments and to the office and gotten a lot of compliments. Now, I will say this one is, like I said, fresh, spicy, a little powdery, musky. It's up there with, I'd say, the Bleu de Chanel's, Sauvages, as far as that power in your face kind of freshness. However, there's something about it that makes it a little smooth, more classier. That musk, a little added musk in there, makes it the performance a little better. I would actually say this is more of the luxury side than one of those day-to-day gym fragrances or like that. So PDM's Percival is one of my top 3 all-time fragrances. If you're just going to buy 3 for the rest of your life, this one here being that fresh fragrance for your life, you cannot go wrong. Add it to your collection. Try it out, guys. I'm telling you. This is a must-have.
All right, my number 3 pick for my top fragrances of all time is going to be the ever so illustrious Tom Ford Tuscan Leather. This one is absolutely gorgeous. I adore this fragrance. I wear this year-round, whether it's summer, spring, fall, winter, it does not matter. I've got this one on at all times. The saffron, raspberry top notes that you get are so inviting and so warm. It's just absolutely gorgeous how it's blended with the leather and the suede notes. The fragrance itself is not overly leather. It's just done right, and it is absolutely gorgeous in the air. Like I said before, the sillage is amazing, the performance is great. I get at least 8 hours with this, and that's plenty of time for me to do what I need to do in that time. So I highly suggest you give it a go. If you're by Nordstrom, check it out, give it a sniff, and get yourself a bottle if you like it.
My number 2 recommended all-time for life fragrance is Creed Vetiver. So this woody, citrusy, aromatic, musky scent is a perfect, I'd say, year-round fragrance. If you were looking for that fresh but little spicy citrus and woodiness kind of fragrance, this is the one you need to get and can have for life. An excellent, smooth fragrance that has that vetiver that I've mentioned so many times that just puts you in a great mood. It calms you down, has a little mandarin orange in there, and that muskiness. It is just a smooth, classy, very compliment-getting type fragrance that you should really try out. And like I've mentioned before, this one I'd say add to your collection. I don't think you can go wrong on having this one in there, and it is my number 2 recommended for life fragrance for a reason. If you like to have that luxurious, smooth, classy smell, then Creed Vetiver is for you, and it's one I'm wearing today. I love it so much.
All right, my number 2 pick of my top fragrances of all time is going to be Amber Oud from Mr. Roja Dove. I absolutely adore this fragrance. I wear this fragrance all the time. It is just one that I can't live without. That amber and that oud combination is absolutely gorgeous. It is so inviting. It's also not overly, it's not over the top with the oud. It's blended masterfully. You got rose in there. You've also got that ambergris notes, and you get a lot of, sandalwood and saffron. And so this fragrance is just absolutely beautiful composition by Mr. Roja Dove, and there's a reason why this is his number 1 seller. Amber Oud, if you get an opportunity, check it out, grab a decant, and get yourself a full bottle.
Okay, coming in at our number 1 for Foxhole Fragrance, Darden Dilworth's recommendation. We're going to hear Junaid's here in a second. But my number 1, if you recognize that bottle, it is Roja Parfums, United Arab Emirates, UAE. Fantastic, classy looking bottle. Look at that. This here has that leather rose oud elements. It is perfect year-round fragrance. I wear this in the heat, I wear this in the fall, I wear this in the cold. You cannot go wrong on this smooth, creamy, leathery, woody rose fragrance that you will just get complimented on all the time. People ask me about this one when I wear this out on date nights, when I go out to certain black tie events. They ask me, what are you wearing? That just smells amazing. There's something very classy about this luxurious scent. I've mentioned Roja Dove's just dedication to the art of fragrances, and this is another one of his masterpieces that you must add to your collection. So we've mentioned these other two, the Creed Vetiver, the Percival. Well, this one here is number one on my list for lifelong fragrances for a good reason. And the reason is you could wear this in your any age. A 20-year-old all the way to a 7-year-old was going to love this one. This is a very top complimented fragrance, and I can't mention that enough, that you can't really go wrong on something like this with that smooth oud, warmness, spiciness, rose fragrance. I mean, how can you go wrong with notes like that? So if you have a chance to get this bottle, you need to get it and add it to your collection. And this one here is probably the only one you could need for the rest of your life. Love the fragrance, love it. I'm gonna spray it on right now. I just love it so much. Puts me in a great mood, puts me in another world. I am over in the UAE right now, walking around and just feel classy and cool. And like I said, this puts a smile on your face. So my number one recommended for life fragrance is Roja Dove's UAE. Well done, Mr. Dove. This here is a top fragrance. Okay, let's go and check out what our good friend Sinead Hamid has.
All right, this is the one I cannot live without. This is a fragrance where I actually have a couple of backup bottles because it is that special to me, and I'm about to reveal it to you guys today. This is gonna be by 410 Manle. This is Confessions of a Garden Gnome. This fragrance to me is absolutely beautiful. I am not big on green fragrances, but this one, I gotta be honest, it smells like I'm walking through an enchanted forest in Narnia. When I smell this one, I just don't know what it does to me. It takes me away. I feel like it's inviting with flutes in the background and waterfalls and wet forest vibes with mistiness. It's enchanting, honestly, this fragrance right here. You get that Ylang Ylang in the fragrance. You get rose. You also get mango, which is very unique how Rose Taif puts this in. It's absolutely beautiful. You get the pepper notes as well, which is the pink pepper and amber. But this fragrance is absolutely beautiful. I love it, and like I said, it just takes me away. I put this on before I go to bed too sometimes, and I just sleep like a baby. Confessions of a Garden Gnome is gonna be my number one pick.
All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that video. So those top fragrances for life, fantastic choices, Junaid, just loved them.
Thanks a lot.
I mean, all I can say is, hey, if you guys just wanna go out and try some of these fragrances first, trust us, they are fantastic. But like I think you mentioned before too, you don't want to just go out and blind buy these things, right?
Yeah, no, you want to give them a good wear, make sure that's something you're comfortable with, and then pull the trigger.
So hopefully you guys can find some good deals on some testers, decants out there. Go out to your local mall, see if you can find some of these, test them out. But I assure you, these fragrances we mentioned today are bangers and definitely ones you can add to your collection. Thank you so much for joining us again. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.
Fight PTSD, we bring vets together.